something that I wanted to point out here is there's a number of different ways that we can go about viewing these documents. The image view is what we're currently looking at, is the way that we're accustomed to seeing the documents in the aesthetically pleasing way that they were like generated. Um, if there's any like bold text or colored text or anything like that, that's going to show up here on these images. But you can also toggle over to the text view if you wanted to go ahead and see this is the actual searchable text that has been OCR'd on this document. And I'm going to go ahead, like I could go very easily take this, copy and paste this into my outline if that's what I choose to do. And then the key terms view is also helpful for looking for words or phrases that have been marked as important in your case. And so where you can find this is actually under settings, general, and underneath the grid view column templates, where you can customize the different fields that you're looking at, those metadata fields, whenever you run a search or anything like that. This is going to be where you can create those key terms or phrases, where you can create them and associate a specific color. And anytime they show up in that key terms view, they will highlight in the specific color that you had designated. So it's a good way for an initial pass through of documents to be able to say, okay, maybe this page lights up as you're quickly going through it, and you're saying, okay, maybe we spend a little bit more time looking at these documents because they could potentially be relevant based on how many keywords or terms, phrases they have in there. So I just wanted to point that out as well. Back to the image, you can zoom out or zoom in, zoom out on specific documents. You can, if you have multiple, like a 100+ page PDF that has been provided to you in a production, and you're only interested in a couple of pages on it, you can go ahead and enable these scissors by clicking on them and enable splitting. And then these scissors will show up here. So let's say that you only are interested, you don't have any interest in page 1 or 2, but you're looking at pages 3 through 6. Go to page 6 and then cut it off at the bottom there. And then you don't care about pages 7 through 12. What you can do is then go back to the scissors, split the documents on the flags. It will say, this is what you're going to be doing, is cutting it up so that you have 3 more documents, one being consisting of pages 1 through 2, another 3 through 6, and then another 7 through 12. And when you hit confirm, this will take those batches of documents. It's not going to cut up this original document. You'll still have this 12-page document, but you'll have 3 other documents that you can go ahead and grab this 3 through 6, which is what you're looking for, and include that in your review. And you'll find that in your imports tab. And then you hit confirm and it will go there. You can print, you can download the image, you can generate a PDF. I like this form or this feature, being able to click on this arrow for sharing. So I could share this with someone else who has access to this database and say, hey, Ben, would you review this for Priv? And then send them an email, and it will send them a link in their email that will take them directly to this document, as opposed to saying, hey, this is a document I want you to take a look at. It's called enroncorp.doc. It's like halfway through this folder, and like trying to navigate them there. You can go ahead and quickly and easily share this in a collaborative review process. So I like that, being able to do that. Some other things you can do: export the family, add pages, view the document pages, add or replace natives, view the original file, trash the documents, which I don't necessarily recommend unless you have a defensible deletion reason, for maybe process-oriented reasons or something like that. I'd rather just leave it in here and code it as non-essential, non-responsive. And then the treatments in theater we'll talk more about when it comes to trial presentation in the litigation suite. You can also see, so discovery fields, hot fields. You can see any custodian information in here. We can see what folders this document is tagged to. We can see read-only data, where we'd be able to find what batch this was a part of. So we can see that this was actually a part of batch 71, and we could click into that batch 71 and it will take me to the information for batch 71. We could go to those 2,660 documents that it came in with back in February of 2021. So some other things that I'll point out here when it comes to the folders. If you go back to the review tab, is you can see how far along you are in coding those documents in those folders for relevancy and review, which can be very helpful to say. So we can see that we're 25% of the way through these 783 documents. I don't want to have to review these 195 that I've already looked at. Again, I could just click into these 588 that I have not yet reviewed and continue my review process that way so that I'm not duplicating any time. And I know that all of these documents have yet to be reviewed, and I can go through that way. I can also bulk action code, take multiple documents. If I run specific searches that I know these documents are privileged for whatever reason or responsive for a specific reason, I can grab them all at once by clicking up here, or I can click into them individually, bulk action. And instead of doing that coding individually on the document level view or coding those individually based on their families, I can go ahead and say these documents are responsive for confidential communication and malpractice and not privileged. And I can go ahead and hit update and tag those all at the same time.